This is section 6.2, and you've already been going through the 5 examples, and now we're on the last page of that section in 6-13 on a summary of solving a trig equation. Number 1, decide whether the equation is linear or quadratic. Remember, a linear equation is when the highest exponent on the variable is 1, and a quadratic is when the highest exponent is 2. Example 1 was linear, and examples 2 through 5 were all quadratic. Number 2, if only one trig function is present, solve the equation for that function. In example 1, there was just the trig function sine, so you were able to solve for that one. And then example 3 also just had one trig function, so you were able to get tangent by itself. Number 3, if more than one trig function is present, rewrite the equation so that one side equals 0. Then try to factor and apply the zero factor property. And you used the zero factor property in examples 2 and 3. If you look back at examples 2 and 3, you can see that you were able to get everything equal to 0 and then factor. So you use the zero factor property for those. Number 4, if the equation is quadratic in form but not factorable, then you can use the quadratic formula. And you used the quadratic formula in example 4. So you always want to try to factor, it's a lot easier, but if that doesn't work, quadratic formula will always work when you're solving quadratic equations. Number 5, try using identities to change the form of the equation. It may be helpful to square each side of the equation first. In this case, check for extraneous solutions. Remember, extraneous solutions were extra solutions that showed up as you were solving them, but they don't solve the original problem. Example 5, you worked with identities, and we're going to work with this more in section 6.3.